How you doing, guys? We're back for another whiskey review, and we're going to do something a little special this time around. Something I found at the NSLC, could not pass it up, it was on clearance. So it's obviously something that was sitting at another NSLC, and it has been sort of moved out to other NSLCs to try to get it off the shelf, okay? So I picked this up. This is from Amrut. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Amrut, that's what I'm going with. This is Amrut Fusion. Now, the special thing about this is actually an Indian-made single malt whiskey. Very first one ever to come out of India. So this sits at 100 proof, 50% ABV. Got a few cheat notes here. Where did I put them? Yeah, so the Amrut distilleries were first established in 1948, but it's gone through several sort of iterations. It's moved to a couple different places, had some different owners. I think it's mostly been family owned. And before then, India was not known for whiskey. Even Amrut is guilty of this, making subpar whiskey. Mostly stuff that you can't even call whiskey. Most of it was actually more akin to rum. A lot of the sort of spirits that called themselves whiskey out of India were usually distilled from molasses. So, not whiskey. Usually they'd put a little bit of a mash bill in there somewhere to bump it up a little bit, but for the most part, not whiskey at all. So this is the first single malt, and it wasn't until I think 2002 or so that this sort of iteration of the company really sort of got started going and was, you know, focused on actually making a real single malt and a real whiskey and expanding themselves worldwide, which they have now. Amrut apparently means various different things depending on how you translate. Nectar of the gods, nectar of life, drink of the gods. They go with elixir of life. So there you go. Other notable things about this is that Jim Murray gave the regular Amrut an 82 out of 100 in 2005 and 2010. He gave this Amrut Fusion in 2015 a 97 out of 100. So very high marks. This was the third best single malt that he gave a score to in the world for that year. So, actually I think it was 2010 that he did that. And so this is 75% Punjabi barley malt, and then there is 25% Scottish barley malt as well. So that's where the fusion comes in. And the Scottish stuff is peated. So you do have a little bit of a taste of Scotland in this. And speculation on how old this is. Most people say between 4 to 6 years, which seems about right. Apparently India's climate allows these whiskeys to mature a lot quicker than they would in Scotland. So 4 to 6 years, not a big of a deal in India as it would be in Scotland, where it would probably be extra hot and rough. This apparently does very well within that sort of time frame in India's climate, so that's very cool. And these are distilled in ex-bourbon casks, both the Scottish and the Indian malt. And it's a very classy sort of presentation here. They come with this little packet that has these cards in it, and these cards essentially run down the different products that Amrut makes. So there's several different whiskeys here. I won't go through them because I don't know how much time I have left on my camera, but it does have a couple cards doing that, some other cards giving you awards they've won, where they're located. Apparently there's tasting notes and shit on these as well for their different whiskeys. Not going into those, of course. Want to go into this blind, so we'll put that down there. It's a very nice presentation. I like how it looks. So here we go. Woo, a little bit more than I expected to put in there, but all right. So she's golden amber, going on the dark side there. The legs are definitely a bit syruppier than you might see on some stuff. That's that 50% coming into play there. So we'll go right to the nose. Cheers. Oh. Oh, wow. First thing you notice is it's definitely spicy. It's got sort of a almost cinnamon, slight cinnamon character to it. Not too sweet or anything like that, but it's got kind of a spicy cinnamon, almost a tobacco and leather kind of character in there as well, and chocolate of all things. And then you get the wood, you get a little teeny bit of vanilla, and just the faintest hint of peat. Just a little bit of smoke back there. My God, that smells really good. There's a lot of stuff going on in this smell. It smells really yummy. It smells really good. It smells really, really good. And it's got a big, rich smell to it, too. It's not, you know, it's not like faint notes all across the board. It's got a very nice, rich smell, and the 50% alcohol is not coming out at all in it. So we'll go right to the taste. Cheers. Holy fuck, that is something. You can definitely see the Scottish influence in there. The peat is much stronger in this, kind of a sea spray, kind of peat character going on there, kind of a maritime character, I guess you would say. This sort of coats everything. Much stronger in the taste than in the actual aroma. It's got this nice toffee, caramel, chocolate, slight coffee notes in here. A little bit of sweet fruit, like maybe a little bit of green apple in there somewhere. The body on it's fairly medium bodied, approaching full. It's got a viscous quality to it. Oh wow, it's chewy. It's like a chewy whiskey. It's got beef to it, and it ends with a really nice wood finish. A little bit of vanilla again, a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of chocolate, all mixed in there, I'm getting. And a little bit of alcohol astringency. The 50% actually does come out in the actual drink. It's warming going down, but it's a nice warming. It's not hot by any stretch of the imagination. This is really, really good, man. This is really good. This is definitely one I can agree with Jim Murray on being really, really good. Wow. I'm just getting new, more and more flavors as it goes along. I'm wondering what adding water would do to this. I imagine it's probably expanded a little bit. Probably even get more flavors, but as it stands, this is, whew, it's probably the most complex single malt I've had in a long while. There's so much going on, there's just too much to track. I'm not Ralphie, so I can't sit here and list 30 ingredients like that. You know, I just don't have the palate for it, but man. So as it stands at clearance at the NSLC, this was $71. Original price was $89, so it was a pretty good fucking deal right there. Nice steal. That's Canadian, of course. Throughout most of the world, you're looking between $50 to $70 price tag, depending on where you can get it. And I imagine if you get it at like a bottle shop at an airport, probably dirt fucking cheap. And it's a steal, man. It's something you want to pick up. I think I could pretty much say I guarantee you'll like it. It has a little bit of everything. That peat character is nice. It's subtle though. There's a lot of interesting flavors going on. This is definitely one to sit back and sip and savor and enjoy. Man, I don't know. I am very close to giving this an A+. Very, very close. I don't think I want to jump the gun though. I think I want to sit on this and think about it a little bit. So as it stands for this review, I'm going to give this a solid A. It's amazing. It is a world-class whiskey, man. It really is. I want more stuff from these guys. I want to see more stuff from these guys. Because this is amazing. Apparently they have even higher peat content in some of their stuff. And I want that. I want to grab that. Someone's getting pulled over. I've noticed a couple people getting pulled over today. But Amrut Fusion, that's an A, man. Solid A. Could be an A+ later on. Who knows? I'll let you know. But as it stands, that's world-class shit, man. That's really, really good. I'm glad I took the plunge and grabbed that up. Great steal. If you can find it at your NSLC, apparently it's on clearance. So if you're lucky enough to find it on clearance for $71, fucking pick up a couple bottles. I think I'm going to go back next payday and pick up another bottle of this just to be safe. Just so I have some more to sit on, man. Because really, really good. Hopefully this doesn't get all bought up. But I'm kind of thinking it won't. Because I'm kind of thinking people aren't too familiar with this stuff. So they might avoid it. And all the better for me. Hell, next payday I might pick up 2 bottles of this. This is that damn good. This is right up there with Lafroig, quarter cask, and stuff like that for me. It's not as intense on just, you know, pounding in your face with flavors, but this is much more complex and subtle and interesting, and I love it. Amrut Fusion A. Go get it. Thanks, guys, for watching.